Hello and welcome to this afternoon's commentary of this FA Cup action. Fourth round qualifying between Marske Utd and Gateshead. We have got the camera on. We won't have this on throughout the commentary, but we'll just let you see what it is like here at the ground. It's filling up nicely. The atmosphere is building, and we do have the team sheets to read out to you very, very shortly. And, well, you might be able to see there just on screen, Arvid, the Norwegian fan, he's over for the big FA Cup game. Will Gateshead be in the first round draw tomorrow afternoon live on ITV? Well, you won't miss a kick here, and we'll let you know all about it. I'm joined by the lovely Charlotte Potts again this afternoon. Charlotte, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, we're excited about this one. It's very close quarters here down at Marske. It's a classic non-league ground, and the town of Marske have really got behind their team today. It is absolutely full to the rafters, and people are still coming in. And we do have the team sheet here. I'm going to turn the camera off. We will still be with you. We may put a little bit of action up after a goal. But, as I say, welcome, join us here. We're not going to be able to read out messages because we are broadcasting in a slightly different way. I'm having to do it with two phones, so I don't want to press anything and lose any. Although I have got one message here. There's a bit of an echo. Right, I'll try and sort that out. If anyone could let us know. Right, I'll turn that down. See, could you message us again, Alan Guest, and let us know if that is better? We did have the reverb turned up. Hopefully that has got rid of the echo. So you are joining us here. This is how Marske line up this afternoon. Number 1 is Ryan Catrick, Andrew May, Curtis Round, Glenn Butterworth, Liam O'Sullivan, and just 1 second, my team sheet is blown away in front of us here. Liam O'Sullivan, Adam Wheatley is wearing number 6. Number 7 is Connor Smith. Number 8 is Craig Gott. Number 9, former Gateshead player Adam Boys. Number 10 is Matty Timon, and number 11 is Dale Hobson. On the bench is Mackenzie Diccio. Number 14 is Jack Blackford. We've got David McKeeran wearing number 15. Billy Clark 16. 17 is Jack Williams, and number 9 is 1 second, let's see if I can get these messages up just to make sure we have got messages come through. Number 19 is Liam Watson. For Gateshead, this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon. In goal, number 1, Jacob Chapman. Robbie Tinkler, number 3. Number 14, Lewis Story. Player manager, Mike Williamson, wearing number 6. Matty Jacob, number 24. We've got number 20, Owen Bailey. Number 10, Greg Ollie, the captain. Dan Ward, number 12. Kedwin Scott, number 19. Adam Campbell, number 11, and number 7 is Macaulay Langstaff. And on the bench is Adam Cameron, Ryan Womble, Alex Nicholson, Jack Hunter, and Paul Blackett. And Gateshead with a very attacking lineup here, Charlotte, today. It's set up for goals, isn't it?
It's definitely looking exciting.
It certainly is. And if anyone could just send us a message, let us know how if it is any better. If the echo is gone, I can't see at the moment, but hopefully we're coming through loud and clear. And as I say, we've got Arvid, the Norwegian fan, has come over for this one as well. He's down here in good spirits, and it should be a fantastic game. We've got Gateshead fans behind each goal. They're scattered all around the ground. It's going to be a fantastic affair. We're waiting for the teams to come out here, and it should be, well, I'm really excited. It's the FA Cup. Anything can happen. And we're just saying it's a very tight, compact ground here. It's the classic non-league thing. We've got people sitting on sheds just across the other side of the pitch from us. It's the only thing we're missing is a dog and someone sitting in a tree. This is FA Cup at its very, very best. But Charlotte, Gateshead have got to be on top of the form here because Marske, they're sitting second in the league. They went close to 17 hours before conceding a goal in their last game. It's going to be a tough game. These are the setup to score goals and not let them in.
Absolutely. They've got to just be prepared for that. They've obviously been having a good run of form in their league. We just need to play the game and not the occasion and continue showing everyone what we can do. Well,
we have got some messages coming in. People's got Heat Army. The echo is gone, all sounding good. We've got Helena's, but Heat Army. Geordie Y Front has put, come on, lads. And loud and clear, sat with man flu in the chair. Well, John, we hope that we can make you feel better during this game. It is going to be an action-packed affair. I can feel it here. It's the FA Cup, and, well, we dare to dream from here, Charlotte. We're 90 minutes away from being in with the big boys of the Football League.
I mean, that what you mentioned last week about the Sunderland draw could happen.
Yeah, I mean, potentially there's some big teams there. There's Portsmouth, there's Sunderland, there's everyone from League One, League Two. There's some absolutely massive potential games, but that would be the one, either home or away.
Home.
Sunderland,
We've got to hope for a home draw.
we certainly have. I mean, you're going to make money in a away game as well, but you want the home draw and playing on our pitch. And the way we're playing, it would be a competitive game.
Absolutely, creating a good atmosphere in the FA Cup at home would be outstanding.
But I will say, we mentioned it is the FA Cup. It is very, very difficult. This is it's a very tight ground, and it's going to be one of them games. Afternoon, all from Erin Pinkerton. Should be a great game. Listening in sunny Croatia. Erin, Elisa, Lynn, and Alan, well, thank you very much for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Let us know where you're listening from around the world. Hopefully we can get all the messages up. There's a flag behind the goal being waved about there. And say it is all built up. I'm not going to say it's a partisan crowd, but the players are going to have the fans breathing down the necks when there's a set piece.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're quite lucky that there's fences around the pitch, because I think it makes a difference when there's not fences there and it's just a railing. Puts a little bit of pressure on your players, I think.
Certainly is. Well, we did say there's a chair on top of the shed on the far end there. They are getting up there. It is a sellout, so you can, well, if you live right next to the game, why not take advantage of that?
Now we just need someone bouncing on that trampoline.
We do. There's a trampoline as well, just in front of us on the other side of the pitch. If someone can well time it, they may be able to see some of the attacks if they jump up and down. But a big thank you to everyone that has joined us. We can see that you're listening in. Hopefully, this is from Gordon. Hi, guys. Hopefully you're both doing well, and Gateshead win 2-0. Well, I'm not going to ask for predictions today. From a Gateshead point of view, just want to get through. And Marske, this is their big day as well. This is the first time they could potentially get to the first round proper. So it is going to be really, really exciting as the teams come out now, led by Greg Ollie in white and black checks with the black shorts, white socks. Marske in all in yellow with dark shorts and navy blue socks. And this is how Marske line up. Ryan Caprick in goal, Andrew May, Curtis Round, Glenn Butterworth, Liam O'Sullivan, Adam Wheatley, Connor Smith, Craig Gott, former Gateshead striker Adam Boyes wears number 9. I believe he's got more than 20 goals so far this season, which is a fantastic achievement. And I think he's the leading goal scorer in the FA Cup as well. Matty Timon is wearing number 10, and Dale Hobson. On the bench, it is Mackenzie Diccio, Jack Blackford, David McCreakin, Billy Clark, Jack Williams, and Liam Watson. And this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon. It is it's Jacob Chapman. I keep getting the Jacobs mixed up. It's Jacob Chapman in goal. Robbie Tinkler, Lewis Story, Mike Williamson, Matty Jacob, Owen Bailey, the captain Greg Ollie wears number 10, Kedwin Scott, Adam Campbell, Macaulay Langstaff. And on the bench for Gateshead, it is Adam Campbell, Ryan Womble, Alex Nicholson, Jack Hunter, and Paul Blackett. And since the teams have come out, you can feel the atmosphere building now, can't you, Charlotte?
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a message from Andrew Stevens. Come on, Marske, all the way. Well, as I say, hopefully you enjoy the game, but from a Gateshead perspective, we're hoping to get through ourselves. But a big welcome to any Marske fans that are tuning in. I do believe we're the only full match commentary this afternoon. You're more than welcome. We're not too biased here, and let's say we'll call the game as it is. We're not going to say we're doing say as any other thing, do we, Charlotte?
No, non-biased as always.
Well, keep sending in those messages, those likes. Remember, do like and subscribe to our channel, or if you're on Facebook, like and share on there, and hopefully we can reach as many non-league fans around the northeast to get involved in this non-league slobber knocker in the northeast. There's a place in the first round at stake here. If it does end level, there will be a replay on Tuesday night at Gateshead International Stadium. Hopefully that isn't needed, but Marske are into a huddle, and from where we are, we're opposite the dugout, and Gateshead are going to be shooting from right to left here, and there's a big contingent of Gateshead fans behind that goal, and I would imagine at half time they might even bench around and swap halves as well in the second half. But here we are, we're about to kick off fourth round FA Cup qualifying action here on the Heat Army podcast. Thank you very much for joining us as Adam Campbell stands over the ball, ready to kick us off here down at Marske.
Hi, Charles. You well? Good, yes.
Well, wait for the referee. We are now kicked off as Owen Bailey receives the ball and pumps the ball out to the right wing. Tinkler nods it down to Macaulay Langstaff. The ball goes out to play for a throw to Marske. It came back off Macaulay Langstaff's shins there. And let's say the people sitting on top of the shed, I think they've even got a blanket up there, Charlotte. They've got themselves very comfortable.
I think I need one.
Yeah, it has went a little bit nippy. I'm glad I brought my big coat here today. Well, we wait for this throw to be taken. It's a long one. Marske are a big physical side as Robbie Tinkler wins the header. Bailey beaten in the air. Boys, the ball dropped behind him, but it was hooked clear by Dan Ward. Down the left wing, nodded inside. Owen Bailey's there to clear the ball up the pitch. Nodded back up towards Mike Williamson, who heads it clear himself. A little bit of head tennis going on here. Owen Bailey wins the header, nods it up, and it was intercepted there by Marske, but Macaulay Langstaff didn't let that lie, and it had to be hooked clear. And Matty Jacob wins the header. But it comes out to number 7, Connor Smith, who plays it forward, but Lewis Story's there just to sweep up as he was under pressure from Boys, as Macaulay Langstaff tried to play the first time there through the middle for Langstaff, and the captain Wheatley was there to intercept, and now they try and build down the left-hand side, down to the dead ball lane, crossed into the centre, headed off, and fantastic reaction save from Chapman, and that is the danger that Marske posed.
A save, by the way. He saved us there, conceding in the first dying minutes.
Well, that was a fantastic save, but Marske proven that they can get the ball down the flanks and cross the ball in, and well, Gateshead defence weren't able to head that clear, and what a reaction save from Jacob Chapman. We wait the corner from the far side, just under the trees. Crosses the ball in. It's a good one. Headed in there, and it went past the post. Wasn't anyone scrambling there, but Gateshead, they're going to have to really step up their aerial battles here. Well,
maybe that was a wake-up call.
It certainly is. There's a lot at stake here in the first round. In the fourth round qualifying. Place in the first round at stake. This former chairman, Graham Wood, enjoys a bit of pie and peas just down next to us here. Great to see the great man here attending the game. Well, as Chapman takes his goal kick. Tinkler goes up to win the header. It falls to Dan Ward, who plays it through the centre. It's intercepted though, and Marske now try and build again. Hooked over the top for Boys to try and run onto, but Matty Jacob wins the header. Only to find it nodded on by a Marske player, and it's been tried to be kept in by Smith, but Matty Jacob can clear that all the way up, but it's going to go out of play. And well, Marske have settled the better. Settled instantly into this game, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, we expected them to come at us. It's their home ground. They've got the momentum as well. They're playing very well this season, sitting second in their league. And we expect nothing else from Marske than to come into this game with confidence. As now Greg Ollie puts the ball over the top. Captain wins the header and hooked clear. And foul judged to have been given there from Kedwin Scott on Gott.
Game started very intense. It's a very small pitch.
It is. It's they move the ball quickly as well, do Marske so far. So a big thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you for your messages as well. If we don't read them out, please don't be offended. It's just that we're broadcasting a slightly different way to what we do at the International Stadium. But we hope we're coming through loud and clear. As well, we're going to go very long here. The keeper, Ryan Catrick, is going to take this free kick. 15 yards from his halfway line, pumps it up towards the edge of the box. Boys is going there towards it. Didn't clear the ball that well, Gateshead there. Kedwin Scott gets a second header away. Boys tries to lay it off, and now can Gateshead try and bring the ball forward as they try and get it to Macaulay Langstaff, who holds it up on the halfway line. He's under pressure from two players, wins a throw in. And Charlotte, the ball doesn't roll that freely on this grass at the moment. It seems quite long, I noticed there.
It is. It's bobbling. The grass is holding it up a little bit. It's very, very scrappy.
Well, Matty Jacob throws to Dan Ward, gets the ball back, plays it to an awful ball forward, which was intercepted by Marske. Tried to put the ball over, and Kedwin Scott won the ball, but he was caught afterwards. After he won the ball, the player tried to kick the ball and kicked the back of the calf of Kedwin Scott. He's up, but this is an opportunity for Gateshead to get the ball up the pitch towards the Marske box.
I think Gateshead are going to have to adapt their game slightly today. if they want to get anything out of this game.
Well, the ball's pumped over the top now for Dan Ward. Gets into the box, takes a touch past one player, and that was good defending there. It's hooked clear, and this is going to be a throw into Gateshead here inside the Marske half down on the left-hand side. And from our commentary position, there's definitely a pull on the shirt there, and that's going to, well, referee says no. There must have been a hand from the Gateshead player pulling on a shirt, but from our angle, it's very tough to see down the touchline along the stand. Did look like a pull on Edwin Scott, but referee was closer than us. Well, Catrick placed the ball down where the foul was given. It's all in purple today as he pumps the ball up. Good header by Owen Bailey, and it's headed back towards him. Wins the header again. Campbell nods it on to Macaulay Langstaff, who does a flick for Kedwin, but unfortunately the ball just bobbles out of play. And, well, I think you're right, Charlotte. They are going to have to adapt the game because the pitch doesn't lend to Gateshead style, does it?
Not at all. It's very compact. I mean, you said that Owen Bailey might be the star man today. I think you could be right.
Yeah, I think
he's going to be in all the action.
He's going to have to be in there mixing it up to break the play as he loses out in the air to Adam Boyes, and now it's hooked clear by Mike Williamson just to relieve some pressure, and that has went out just next to the Gateshead dugout on the far side.
It's a good thing they've been practicing the head tennis in the sport, too,
It certainly is. It's going to be a physical affair here this afternoon, and well, keep the messages, and Gateshead clear the ball from the edge of the box up in the air. And Gateshead having to sit quite deep here at the moment, but now Adam Campbell puts the ball over the top for Macaulay Langstaff to chase down. He's got in front of his man, but there's good players. Referee says no penalty. Well,
that was close.
From this angle, it did look like he clattered the back of his heels, but yeah, you've seen them given. But it's a goal kick to, well, yeah, goal kick to Marske. But that's where Gateshead are going to be dangerous. We know what Macaulay Langstaff can do when he's chasing the ball over the top. We've seen it last week against Boston United, where he scored a goal out of nothing, really. It was a clearance from defence. And
I think that's where Gateshead are going to have to take their confidence from today.
Definitely. Well, about 7 minutes gone to make it here. We haven't got a clock like at Gateshead Stadium to let us know exactly how minutes there is. So when we're getting towards the dying stages, do forgive us if we're a minute or two out on either side. Oh, well, there we go. I say that. The wonderful Jack McGragan has a clock just in front of us here. We're in at the 8th minute. So if I just peek over his shoulder, we will be into that. Well, Connor Smith, number 7, he's been ordered to get back. He's tried to steal a few yards. So he pumps this ball up. As Matty Jacob nods it back out, and the throw-in is just in front of us here. About 15 yards inside 20 yards inside the Marske half. And the throw is going to be launched into the box here by the man mountain. That is Liam O'Sullivan. He is an absolute massive man. You'd think they'd want him in the middle to be receiving this.
They've got a
throw.
few large players, to be fair. Very physical, very tall.
And my word, the muscles in his arms are bigger than any of my body as that ball goes in. It hasn't been cleared yet. Dan Ward nods it out, and Kedwin Scott loses out in the header there. And now Gateshead can bring the ball clear. It's going to be played over the top for the run of Macaulay Langstaff. Smith's there to head it out. And Gateshead definitely looking to hit Marske on the break. Well, the throw's quickly been taken. Macaulay Langstaff being muscled out there by 2 players, being played back to Catrick, and he's had to clear that one there as Langstaff was bearing down, and Robbie Tinkler just beaten in the air by Timon. But now Gateshead can try and build down the right hand side as the ball didn't sit up that well for Tinkler as he put the ball forward, and now it's been launched forward for Boyes to chase onto, and well, keeper came out there and Mike Williamson just had to nod it down, and Gateshead are going to have to have better communication at the back as the ball just doesn't seem to be sitting up at the moment for Gateshead. There's been a couple of times where Gateshead players have had the ball just come towards them and it's just bounced away.
Good decision by Mike. I think it's difficult to communicate with the conditions that they are. Head tennis.
Yeah, it's definitely a different brand of football we're seeing here today, what we're normally used to with Gateshead with their slip passing. But Kedwin Scott turns inside, gives it to Campbell. Campbell tries to play it out to Matty Jacob, and the ball just didn't want to sit up for him there as he tried to bring it down. But now Dan Ward cuts inside with the ball, gets away from his man, still going, goes for a long distance shot. Oh, fantastic save!
That was a great effort.
What a rocket that was, going straight into the top corner. But Ryan Catrick, what a save he's pulled off there today.
2 good saves by both keepers, saving their teams in it.
Well, I thought it was maybe a little bit far out for a shot, but what do I know? That was an absolute rifle of a shot.
Had a lovely little spell there. We're trying to do the right things in spells.
Well, we're going to have a corner here from Greg Ollie. What can Gateshead do from a corner and a set piece? Can they probe the ball into the right areas of the box? Well, we're waiting now. Referee tells Greg Ollie to take the kick. In it comes, and it's going to be headed clear. And now Marske can try and clear the ball up the pitch, and out it goes for a throw-in.
Mike was screaming back there to get the defence organised. You must be wary of their pace.
Well, we've seen a few balls so far from Marske over the top. They've got a bit of pace themselves. We've seen it down the left-hand side so far. Get to have another throw on the far side, midway inside the Marske half on the right-hand side of the pitch. Big thank you to everyone that is listening in. Thank you for your messages. As the ball is with Campbell, down towards corner flag. Gives it to Robbie Tinkler. Can he put a cross in? Deflected off the Marske defenders, and still not cleared by Marske, as Kedwin Scott does well. Lays it off to Dan Ward, who tries to take it down towards the dead ball line. Beats his man. Can he get a good cross into the box? There's a grass cutter, and it's being cleared out. And that's going to be a throw to Gateshead. And it's a little bit better from Gateshead. And I believe we have some listeners in from Norfolk. Jim Rushmore's grandparents. I think it's Margaret and Albert. So hope you're enjoying the commentary. Ball's cleared by Marske. Robbie Tinkler nods it back up towards the Marske box, and it's just been hooked clear. And this is where Mike Williamson just calmly kicks the ball back to Matty Jacob. Not Matty Jacob, Jacob Chapman. I keep getting them confused. Don't know what it is. Apologies, everybody.
Well, you can understand why.
Yeah. Well, lovely brought down there by Tinkler, but Marske just managed to come away with the ball. Catrick clears it up the pitch, and Gateshead have a very high line here now as Mike Williamson brings the ball down, gives it to Ollie. Ollie pumps the ball forward for the run of Macaulay Langstaff. He's going to keep it in on the far side, but he's under pressure from the number 5, and he wins a throw-in just next to the corner flag, and it was O'Sullivan who stuck to him like glue there on the far side.
That's the physical player taking the throw-ins.
Well, I think Gateshead are going to have to look for the space and try and exploit it as they have the ball now. Lovely little back heel to Langstaff, goes for the shot, didn't get the connection, cleared by Marske. And Gateshead just enjoying a better spell of possession at the moment as Tinkler brings the ball down, lays it off to Ollie. Ollie plays it back to Dan Ward. Dan Ward looks to play the ball in first time. It's a looping one. The keeper comes out and gets that, while Kedrun is having a tussle with the Marske United defender.
Bit of wrestling going on there, wasn't it?
There certainly was. Well, wait for Catrick to kick the ball up the pitch. He's rolled it outside his box. And up it goes towards Timon. Timon had to stoop down to win that header, but Gateshead have the ball now as Dan Ward looks to play the ball forward. Macaulay Langstaff was offside there, and Macaulay has just been limping a little bit there. Not moving too freely at the moment. Hopefully he's all right. It's a physical game so far.
It's a shame. That would have been a great ball.
Well, he's feeling down towards his ankle there, Macaulay Langstaff. He doesn't look the most comfortable. He's walking a little bit gingerly there on the right ankle. He's saying to the bench he's going to try and carry on. It's a throw on the far side. It's a long throw as well as Mike Williamson wins the header. Kedwin Scott comes back to help with defensive duties and lays it off to Campbell, who's been a little bit quiet so far. Nice ball from Kedwin Scott. Dances through 2 players. He's got Macaulay Langstaff on his right-hand side, who he gets the ball to, who opens up to get the ball. He needs some support, though. There's 2 players to aim for in the box, but he's got the captain of Marske just around him, who comes away with the ball and does very well does Wheatley, and he was fouled in the process.
He looks like he's struggling though.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't look great for Macaulay Langstaff at the minute. He's keep looking down at it as well, isn't he? And he's keep feeling it.
Chris the physio's telling him to go down.
Well, Paul Blackett is on the bench, and we know he's got some fantastic pace, just like Macaulay Langstaff. But Macaulay's on fire so far this season. It's not one of the players, or you don't want to see any player go off injured. But when one of your goal scorers who's in fine form, certainly don't want to lose him, as Timmins wins the header, back header, but Ollie's there just to bring it down. Ollie's sitting in a bit of a sweeper role at the moment. He's sitting very deep to try and distribute these balls up the pitch. But that's with the Marske keeper, Catrick. And Macaulay seems to be moving a bit better now. As Marske bring the ball forward over the halfway line, pump it out to the left wing, but Robbie Tinkler's there to intercept, control it and lay it off to Campbell. Campbell looks to play it into the centre to Kedwin Scott, who brings it down well, puts the ball over the top for Langstaff, and some well-headed clear there by May in the Marske defence. And now Marske look to bring the ball forward through Smith. He's going to pump this one long. Up it goes. And Lewis Story's going to be there just to hook this one clear towards Matty Jacob. And that was a push in the back. And the referee says no.
Wow.
Wow. We are seeing some fantastic officiating here today. That's all I'll say about that. And Timmins trips over the ball. And now Gateshead can try and bring the ball forward. Going for the ball over the top again. It's a ball for Langstaff to chase. But Catrick comes out. Has to clear this one up the pitch.
That was right in front of his eyes.
It was a blatant push. Oh, we've got someone here from BBC Radio Newcastle. Was that a foul? Not for. He's sitting on the fence. He's sitting on the fence. But you know, there's a few people who don't think it was a foul, but I've seen them given. That's how we get out of that one, Charlotte.
Gateshead fans were quite tame in that situation, I think.
Ollie brings the ball down on the edge of the box, down the side, tries to beat his man, and they're very tight, the Marske defence on Gateshead players when they get the ball. They're not letting them have that movement they're used to, as Owen Bailey just dispossessed, but Mike Williamson's there. And while the referee's waving away a few calls for fouls here, and well, that was a poor header from the captain, and Langstaff lets that go out for a corner. And what can Gateshead do from here? It's 0-0 at the moment. If you're just joining us, 18 minutes gone here at Marske. FA Cup 4th round qualifying, a place in the first round proper at stake tomorrow. Both teams wanting to be in the draw live on ITV. Well, Greg Ollie, the captain, goes over, places the ball down. Gateshead not committing that many men forward. We've got 4 defenders on the halfway line to stop any counter attack here. So Greg Ollie puts this one in. It's a grass cutter. Langstaff tries to get the shot off, and that's another corner. I think that one was from the training ground there, Charlotte.
Yeah.
While we wait for Ollie just to receive the ball.
I think we might attempt something different this time.
Yeah, well, I think this one might go a little bit deeper as Ollie puts this one up. It is deep, and the keeper just plucks that one out the air there, Catrick, unchallenged. And it's going to have to be a fantastic delivery when you haven't committed that many people forward to put a ball in the box, especially against a side this big as Dan Ward does really well. Gets it to Greg Ollie on the halfway line. Now he can carry the ball forward a little bit. He's going to be dispossessed there and needs to switch on a little bit better there. That was a bit poor from Greg Ollie.
He's been quiet today.
Well, ball's put across to Connor Smith here, and number 7. He's just on the halfway line with the ball, looks to play it long here. And, well, the keeper comes out, collects that. Boys was in there waiting to pick up any scraps. But Chapman commanded his area well and got the ball there. Chapman kicks the ball out towards Kedwin Scott, and it's headed out for a throw into Gateshead down here on the left-hand side.
That's twice now, the communication of the back line and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's...
I thought the first one was a lesson.
Well, Gateshead with the opportunity to try and build higher up the pitch as Matty Jacob gets the ball back. Can he cross the ball in? He's got support from Dan Ward on the overlap. Takes the ball inside himself, lays it off to Kedwin Scott, who lays it off to Ollie. That's a nice passing football, and well, that goes all the way through to Catrick there. And well, Gateshead doing a nice bit of fancy one-touch football, but you just feel like the ball needs to be in the box.
It's one of them. Do you keep trying it or do you change?
Well, at the moment, Timmins nods the ball down, and now it's pumped towards the box, and the keeper's all day as he gets that. And he was kicked in the chest by Adam Boyes, former Gateshead player there. He's appealing his innocence, but the foot was raised. It was there to be won, but I don't think there was any malice in it. But Chapman is down at the moment. Well, home fans not too impressed with the injury, and Boyes is having a talking to here from the referee. Don't think there's going to be any cards. It's just going to be a talking to. He's showing him his chest there, and Boyes, he's giving a bit of attitude to Jacob. Well, the man that scored a lot of goals this season, he's none too impressed. Well,
did you see him show the referee his chest there?
Yeah. My Boyes wasn't too impressed with that. If you're just joining us, 22 minutes gone here down at Marske. Marske 0, Gateshead 0. Owen Bailey, powerful header forward there, and it goes out for a Gateshead throw. Chapman wanting some movement from his teammates here, as Campbell shows, but ball's played forward, and that's a poor decision making again here from Gateshead. The throw is needlessly given possession away there as Ollie wins it back, gets it back from Bailey, plays it down the channel for Langstaff to run onto, who's moving a lot better now after limping before. Gets past his man, can he get it to? Lovely little flick there, and just didn't come off, and Marske can come away with the ball, and they look to play this one long as they do, as Boyes is beaten to the ball by Lewis Story, only as far as Smith in his own half, and I think that goes out for a throw to Marske.
I can see a red card coming in this game.
It's getting a little bit tasty. Well, their players are really wanting a card here. There's a yellow card in the players' hand. I didn't exactly see what happened here, because where we are, we can't see down the stand.
You got the ball. He did catch him, but
well,
definitely wasn't a card though.
So who
referee's getting these cards?
He's booked one of their players apparently. Oh. Did you see that?
Maybe for being too mouthy.
Yeah. Possibly. We are hearing that the card of one of their players. So as I say, the Timmins is not exactly happy with the officiating. He's had a word with the linesman down here, but it's a throw to Marske, and well, Charlotte's getting tasty, isn't it?
Definitely.
Passions are riding high here for both sides. Marske will want to have another giant killing here this afternoon. So they get the ball, try to bring it down the left-hand side as Rounds brings the ball forward, and he couldn't control it, and out it goes for a Gateshead throw on the far side. Well, I don't think we've had a minute where the ball hasn't really been involved in action, has it?
In play.
It's I think players from both sides are going to know they've been in a game tonight. This ball's pumped forward down the right-hand side. The ball hasn't went out. It's played all the way back to Catrick from May. May pumps the ball long. Headed forward by Ollie. Campbell brings it down with an audacious little flick there. I don't know if he meant it, but Ward's flick in turn didn't find its target and goes all the way through to Catrick. Just doesn't feel like the type of game where them little flicks are appropriate. Smith is going to look to bring this ball forward, cuts inside of it, plays it into the middle, but Ollie intercepts. Goes out to Kedwin Scott, who pumps the ball clear at the top there, and the captain, Wheatley, brings the ball forward. It's under pressure from Ward, pumps the ball over the top. The boys to chase on to. Williamson lays it off to Tinkler. Tinkler plays it off a Marske player, and that's a throw to Gateshead.
Marske are putting up a good fight.
They certainly are. As the ball goes through to Macaulay Langstaff, who's under pressure from the captain and kept the ball in, but unfortunately fell over himself as Catrick's under pressure from there. And I thought the ball's going to fall to Ward there from the clearance, but Gateshead starting to apply a bit more pressure when Marske are in possession. The ball's all the way back to Catrick. His kick wasn't the greatest there, and he was let off. And Gateshead pumped the ball back up. I think Campbell will be offside there, but Marske are in possession. And they're going to clear this from the back. Was there the long ball again. Mike Williamson wins the header, and Timon goes down. He claims he was fouled. Players carrying on as the ball's put forward for Curtis Round to try and do something with, and out it goes for a Gateshead throw on the far side. Well, just the body language and the way Matty Timon has been talking lately, he's not enjoying himself out there at the minute, is he? He's a frustrated man.
Can you blame him with the speed of the players he has around him?
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even know whether he's coming or going.
Well, it has been a million miles now. Thank you, everyone, for sending your predictions. We can't read them all out at the moment. As Matty Jacob brings the ball forward, Timon put his hands on his back, and Matty Jacobs going all by himself. He's pushed there. Yeah. Referee pulls it back. Well done.
Definitely.
Well, Timon complaining, and he can't really complain. He pushed him in the back.
I thought he'd done well to stay on his feet in the first instance.
Certainly did. Well, Gateshead with an opportunity to get the ball higher up the pitch. So Gateshead fans are in fine voice behind the goal. Greg Ollie stands over the ball, about 8 yards inside the Marske half. And this looks like he's going to aim for Mike Williamson to nod it back across goal. He didn't quite get there, and out it goes for a goal kick. It's the right idea, but the captain Wheatley did enough to stop Mike Williamson from winning the header.
Half an hour played, scrappy game like this. You've got to gamble with them situations. A free kick and we're 30 minutes in.
Well, Gateshead not committing too many men forward. They know what the danger is in the counter-attack. You know, boys or Timon can win the header and flick it on.
But we're playing too safe.
Yeah.
You can't play too safe.
Well, Owen Bailey wins the header. Matty Jacob wins another header. The ball's put over the top, and this has got an awkward bounce as Mike Williamson. Oh, well, Tinkler manages to get it away, and Campbell, his little flick. Appeals for a foul there. There's now lovely counter tackle there from
Marske are really disrupting Gateshead's communication.
They are. I think it's a niggly game out there. And Marske will be much the happier about it. Well, have a throw in here. We know they're going to go long. Gateshead all back in their own box. We wait for Liam O'Sullivan for another one of these long throws. Well, decides to throw it short, and I think it's going to be crossed into the box, this one. This one has. It's went into the danger zone edge of the box. It's been nodded on by Wheatley. The captain falls to Boys. Boys puts it back across, headed clear by Mike Williamson. And Kedwin Scott manages to get round his man, but it's going to be a Marske throw. And the danger is not away yet. Well, he comes over O'Sullivan for another long throw. And a lot of players on the 6-yard box here. And, well, we've seen these deliveries already. As we wait for this long throw to come in, right towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed clear by Matty Jacob. Only as far as a few Marske midfielders. Over the top, Boys brings it down, and lovely defending from Owen Bailey. Got himself in front of Adam Boys, and Adam Boys could do nothing but watch the ball bounce into Jacob Chapman's hands.
Fantastic by Owen Bailey.
Well, Greg Ollie crosses the halfway line on the right hand side. Plays the ball over the top for Macaulay Langstaff and running to. He's in the box, gets across goal. It's been hooked clear, only as far as Matty Jacob, who brings it down. If he looks up, gets it inside to Adam Campbell, gets it back to Jacobs. He's twisting and turning, he's been dispossessed. And that's better from Gateshead, but you pick up the loose ball, just been dispossessed, and Timon puts the ball over the top, and there's Mike Williamson just to tidy up. And nice stuff from Ward, gets it to Ollie. If Ollie looks up, Ward's on the run, but he cuts inside himself, carries the ball forward, gets it to Campbell. Campbell plays it on the inside there, gets it to Kedwin Scott, who's on the edge of the box. He's got a man on his back, gets it to Campbell. Can he get his shot off? He can! Great save from Catrick. It was straight at him, but that's better from Gateshead. Build up play and getting the ball into the box.
And being brave and getting bodies forward.
Well, now it's back with Robbie Tinkler. Can he cross the ball into the box himself? Gets it to Ollie, who takes it down towards the corner flag. Down to the dead ball line. He's twisting and turning. Still going, Ollie. And was that a foul? Referee says no. As the Marske defender got in front of him and out-muscled him. But the ball's going to go all the way through. Well, gets a player down in the 6-yard box. Can't exactly see who it is. I think it might be...
Kedwin Scott.
Might be Kedwin Scott, yeah. And we have a break in play here.
It was only a matter of time before we seen an injury. I don't think just looking at it looks like a serious one, mind.
Well, he's up onto his feet. Physio hasn't had to come on. The referee's having a word with Kedwin Scott here at the moment. Well, carry on here. So if you're just joining us, 33 minutes gone here down at Marske, FA Cup 4th round qualifier. Marske 0, Gateshead 0. It's been an action-packed affair. 2 fantastic saves, one from Chapman, one from Catrick. And it's all to play for. A classic FA Cup tie. If you're just joining us, there's people sitting on top of sheds on makeshift settees. And welcome to Marske. As the ball's played up towards Macaulay Langstaff. Can he get past Wheatley? He's driving with the ball. He can. He's past Wheatley. He takes it along. He's into the box. Can he get past the keeper? Now he goes shot. Oh, he puts it wide. But Kedwin Scott has the ball now. Left-hand side of the box. Cuts in, goes for a shot himself. Falls back to Matty Jacob. Gateshead still in possession of the ball. Dan Ward tries to take it down towards the dead ball line himself. Can he get across in? He's twisting and turning. Now puts across towards the far side. Headed clear, but only as far as... Well, I thought it was going to get to Owen Bailey, but Aaron Boyes was back there doing defensive duties. Gateshead win the ball back through Campbell. Puts a ball out for Greg Ollie to cross into the box. And just didn't sit up for a Gateshead player, but Gateshead still have the ball this time on the left-hand side. Stories forward, brings the ball towards the edge of the box, gets a flick back. Timmons there defending, and, well, that's a bit better pressure from Gateshead.
A lot better. We've had the bodies going forward. I think they took the confidence from their last attack. Just need to keep pushing now.
They certainly did. Right. What we need is for Gateshead to try and get a goal before half-time, just to settle the nerves somewhat. It is it's a tense affair. As Ollie brings the ball down, but the ball's pumped over to the far side for Curtis Round. His first touch was great, but there's Mike Williamson to intercept and clear the ball into touch. And he had to do that. In fact, the ball's been kept in by Robbie Tinker on the right-hand side. Just checks his run. Lays it off to Dan Ward, who plays it off. Marske player gets it to Campbell. Campbell's first time flick didn't find its intended target. And Campbell needs to be careful. He's pulling the shirt there of number 11. It's back with Wheatley, the Marske captain. Plays the ball forward. Round. Touch comes off a Marske player there. Robbie Tinkler does well to stop that ball going through, and it went off a Marske player. Well, you just feel in this game, whoever scores first isn't going to have the safest of leads. It's a very, very tight game, and Robbie Tinkler couldn't control it, and out it goes for a throw halfway inside the Gateshead half on the left-hand side of Marsk's attacking side. Well, we are waiting for this long throw from O'Sullivan. As we wait for this long throw from O'Sullivan. It's a lot of players forward. There's only the keeper Catrick and Smith back for Marske. As in comes another dangerous throw. It's a good flight on the ball. Gateshead now can clear it. Kedwin Scott had a little bit more time than he realised there, but it's out of danger's way. Oh, and Macaulay Langstaff tried to intercept that one. Gateshead trying to press the ball as Connor Smith drives down the left-hand side of the wall, gets it to Curtis Round. Round puts a dangerous ball into the box, cleared by Matty Jacob, and now can Gateshead break here as Campbell drives forward with the ball. He's got Langstaff out to the right-hand side, and he slips and couldn't get the ball to him. And, well, just a poor decision-making there from Campbell, but Gateshead win the ball back on the halfway line. Campbell plays it across to Jacob, who lays it off to Story. Story can carry the ball forward a few yards, gives it back to Owen Bailey. Now Mike Williamson carries it over the halfway line on the right hand side of the pitch. Just checks himself, gives it to Campbell. Campbell gets it to Tinkler, but ball finds its way back to Campbell now with Story. Story just carries the ball forward a little bit, lays it off to Dan Ward higher up the pitch. He's got Jacob if he needs him. Jacob puts the ball into the box first time. Macaulay Langstaff's got the Captain Wheater all over the back of him there, and the ball is going to go out. It does, and it's a throw at the Gateshead. The Story made sure no one was going to get to that.
We're definitely not getting caught up in their fight and still trying to play our football, which is good to see.
Yeah,
We just need it to pay off now.
Story now lays it back to Bailey on the halfway line, back to Mike Williamson, the only outfield player back in the Gateshead half. He carries it forward, a bit of space to go into. Marske sitting deep here. Plays the ball through Macaulay Langstaff, intercepted there. Now this is dangerous as Curtis Round brings the ball forward. Boyes is offside by a good 2 yards. He hasn't adjusted his run at all. And I'll tell you what, Adam Boyes did Curtis Round no favours there in that attack. But Gateshead now bring the ball forward through Greg Ollie, puts the ball into the box. Langstaff nods it into the arms of Catrick. And, well, Curtis Round did all the hard work there, and Boyes just didn't check his run, didn't give him an outlet. Well, Catrick clears the ball up the pitch. Mike Williamson misses the header. Now Curtis Round drives the ball forward, and that's off the ball. And it looks like Tinkler has brought down Curtis Round there. And is this going to be a card?
I actually thought the first one should have been a foul on Gateshead.
Yeah, I thought that. But
Mike Williamson got brought down.
One thing that's sad to see is the amount of Marske players surrounding the referee on every decision. Even though they've had the decision given, they want cards. They're worse than a 4-year-old at a birthday party. I like that one. I'm getting some admirers around from us here. Well, we've got a dangerous free kick coming into the box here. All the Marske big men are up. As this one comes in, dangerous delivery. You've got Timmins at the back there. Matty Jacobs with a good defensive header. And oh, there was a foul in the build-up. Offside, I think it was given. Matty Jacobs saved the shot that did come in. But that's the danger that Marske present to Gateshead. They've got some big men, big targets to aim for in set pieces. Well, Matty Jacobs didn't keep that in. Throw into Marske here, just in front of us.
He was wanting it. Just not the right way.
Gateshead FC ladies manager there, just putting the ball back to one of the Marske players. Connor Smith not exactly happy as he pumps the ball forward. Timon wins the header. Lovely volleyed clear by Mike Williamson, only as far as Wheatley. Jacobs sees that out, and it's a throw into Gateshead, halfway inside their own half here. Well, Charlotte, the pace the game's been played at, of course, Gateshead at full time. Can you see fitness levels coming into this one?
Yeah, Marske are getting slightly tired now. Maybe it was a good thing to just let them fight and tire themselves out. We come out the second half and go even faster, step it up a gear even more.
Well, Jacobs gives it back to Story. Story carries the ball forward. He looks to give it to Owen Bailey, who's playing a bit of a sweeper role at the moment. Gives it back to Story, who drives forward with the ball a few yards. If he looks up, he can get this ball to Adam Campbell, which he does. Campbell goes for the crossfield ball, and in comes Tinkler. Can he finish it? And just past the post. I think the offside flag went up. It did. But
Great run.
a bit more creative from Gateshead there. Well, we've got a few Marske fans. Thank you very much for joining us. Boo Gateshead, says Jack Evans. And Kirsty Boyce says Marske. I wonder if there's any relation to Adam Boyce. Thank you for joining us. So, 42 minutes gone. 0-0 between Marske and Gateshead. Adam Boyce goes up for the header, loses out to Jacob, and now Story can put the ball forward as it's headed out of play for a throw into Gateshead.
Just a reminder there not to be too biased.
Yeah. Wheatley all over the back of Langstaff. Wins a throw in for his troubles, level with the corner of the box on the left hand side. A lot of movement waiting for the throw. As Campbell receives it, lays it back to Jacob. Gets it to Dan Ward. It's hard to see from our position here. Back to Jacob. Lewis Story. Now Greg Ollie. Plays all the way back to Mike Williamson. Gateshead just making the ball do the work at the moment as Williamson strides forward with the ball. Gives it out to Owen Bailey, who finds himself in the right back position at the moment. Ball played forward for Langstaff. He gets there. He's got Wheatley all over his back and cuts inside with the ball. Lays it off to Story. This is better from Gateshead. They're committing men forward here. As the ball goes through for Dan Ward. He's on the edge of the box. Lays it off to Jacob. Jacob's first touchdown and down. He managed to get the ball into the box. Well, not very well, but it got there. But the clearances fell to Lewis Story. Out to Owen Bailey, who just slipped there. I wonder if we've had a little bit of a formation change here because Bailey seems to have slipped into the back three here, doesn't it?
Something's changed, and I think you are right about your observation with the full-time and part-time. Mark's just dropping off a little bit now.
Well, we're seeing both Tinkler and Jacob get a little bit higher up the pitch, and Owen Bailey's dropping back a little bit, so it does seem
We're playing a little bit wider.
A little bit wider. I think we're three centre-backs at the moment. We know Bailey's versatile, but we know that we can be a bit fluid with formations.
Just good. I think Gateshead need to use as much of this pitch as possible.
Well, Lewis Story wins the header. The ball comes back up there towards Curtis Round, brings the ball down well, but he manages to get the ball back off Tinkler. Now it's with Gott. Gott lays it back. Ball comes into the box. Timmins is offside by a mile, and it's a free kick to Gateshead.
About 2 meters.
Well, so we're into the final minute of normal time here. I think we've got 1 minute added on. I can see the board across the far side. Hasn't been raised just yet. What can Gateshead do here in the dying moments of the first half as the ball's pumped up towards the corner flag for Campbell to chase, and out that goes for a throw to Marske. Clever tactics there, make them have to bring the ball from as far away as possible.
Yeah, I think you can see Louis Story and Mike Williamson really getting the fullbacks as wide and high as possible here.
And there we go. My eyes didn't deceive me. 1 added minute here. We've got about 10 seconds left of normal time. Gateshead, Kedwin Scott on the edge of the box. He goes for a shot himself. It's a grass cutter. Wasn't troubling Catrick. But the amount of goals that Langstaff and Kedwin Scott scored this season, you don't begrudge them having a shot from the edge of the box. As Catrick clears the ball up. Is this Marsk's last attack as Lewis Story wins the header. Falls to a Marsk player who launches over the top of Adam Boys to try and win, but Williamson's there to clear it. Boys wins a header. No players around him. Gateshead defence can just pass it amongst themselves and clear the ball up for Macaulay Langstaff to try and chase onto. Headed out for a throw into Gateshead. And, well, Charlotte haven't got very long left at all. But the first half is probably how we gauged it would be before the game kicked off. We knew it would be cagey.
Yeah.
Marsk, they're here to be beat. It's they're going to make it hard. They're not going to gift any goals to Gateshead.
They've definitely put up a good fight. I think Marske started the first half really, really well. They've dropped off towards the end of the half. Gateshead are now taking confidence from that. Be interesting to see how both teams come back out after the break.
That's a nice play there from Kedwin Scott as he drives into the middle, and that was a push from, surely the referee was there. Well, the half-time whistle goes. It's 0-0 here at Marske between Marske and Gateshead. FA Cup 4th round qualifying. It's been a very cagey game. There's been some fantastic saves, and I'm sure there's more drama to come in the second half. Thank you to everyone that has been putting a lot of messages on. Sorry we haven't been able to read them out. We will be back with you when the players come back out for the second half, and as I say, we'll be back very soon. Well, hello and welcome back to the broadcast here down at Marske. It is Marske nil, Gateshead nil, and it has been an absolute barnstormer of a game. It's been end to end. There's been niggles. There's been all back. If you could just let us know if we are back and the sound is all right. We're waiting for the players to come back out for the second half. Ian Watson is walking over towards the dugout on the far side, so we will be waiting the players to come out very, very soon. Big thank you to everyone that's joined us so far and messaged in. Very much appreciated. If you are a Gateshead fan or you'd like to see our normal show on a Thursday night, 9 o'clock, we have Gateshead players on, both from the men's and women's teams, and we'll talk about everything Gateshead FC, whether it is reviewing a game or previewing a game, and also have match highlights, interviews, and everything in between, and all of your thoughts and views. So if you would like to join us Thursday nights, and we might be doing one on Monday night depending on the result here. We'll see. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but there's a lot of football to be played here. So if anyone would like to send us a message in, let us know if the sound is all right before we come out for the lads come out for the second half. That'd be very much appreciated. Can't say any changes just yet. Gateshead subs are warming up, as are the Marske ones, and I think we'll probably be unchanged going into the second half. And it will be a very, very exciting second half of football. If it's anything like the first half, it's tense, it's nervous, and well, it's the FA Cup. Lots of Gateshead fans here. Lots of non-league grounds at this level. The fans have switched sides, and behind the other half now, So to our right hand side. We're just inside the Marske half. If you want to know where our commentary position is, so please do send us some messages just to make sure that the sound quality is good going into the second half. Well, still waiting the players to come out here. It's an overcast day down here on the northeast coast, and the football is warming us up somewhat at the moment. Well, Marske players are back out onto the pitch. Well, one is. We wait his teammates and the Gateshead side to come out here. As Greg Ollie is the first Gateshead player to come out. Well, Keith Allen has put sound as Brill, very clear. Oh, that's fantastic. Good to hear. What we want. He was a little bit nervous before we start broadcasting because we're doing it from phone to phone through a mixer. It's not the setup for a lot of media here at Marske. So we have to adapt our approach to bring you this game, but thankfully it sounds all right. And hopefully the second half can prosper us Gateshead fans and any Marske fans that's listening in. Who knows, it may prosper you as well. Could be in the hat for the first round tomorrow. Lots of big games, local games as well for either side. I think both teams would love to get Sunderland at home. So there we are. We are back on. So yeah, so there's even a tinfoil FA Cup here as well. It's just seen it there. But can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's good. Don't worry, I couldn't hear you when you were talking. It's all right.
I was wondering if you could hear that conversation.
No, we didn't hear anything. But we are about to kick off here. Gateshead shooting from left to right in their black and white checky shirts. Marske in their yellow shirts with navy blue shorts and navy blue socks. And we wait to get underway here for the second half. Charlotte, if this first half's anything to go by, we're going to be in for another tense one, aren't we?
I think it's going to be an interesting second half.
Doesn't look like there's any changes at the moment for either side. And we'll be watching Gateshead attack towards our side of the pitch here. As the people on the far side have took their seats back on top of the sheds. As Marske kick off, as Mike Williamson heads the ball clear. Curtis Round heads the ball forward. Timmins keeps it in. Now Marske can try and put the ball up towards the edge of the box. As Mike Williamson's going to see that out. Well, he doesn't. He hooks it clear. He's under pressure there, only as far as the edge of the box. And now it can be hooked clear by Dan Ward as Langstaff heads the ball on, but it's only going to be kicked back by the Marske captain to Catrick, who and the ball slipped underneath his foot there. He wouldn't have been any danger of it going in. He was moving quite slow and he was far out. But it's not what you want to see from your goalkeeper. As now O'Sullivan pumps the ball up, deflects off a Gateshead player, and now Gateshead try and get the ball forward. It's deflected back. Owen Bailey now hoofs the ball up towards Kedwin Scott. Brings the ball down, and that was an arm across the throat. And that is a free kick to Gateshead, more or less right in the middle of the centre circle.
I think Kedwin Scott needs an Oscar though, mind.
Yeah, I mean, he went down like Platoon, if anyone's seen that film. Yeah. But there was contact. The arm was across the face. Sportsmanship, or gamesmanship, shall we say.
Gamesmanship.
You've got to play the cards that are dealt you.
Got to play the game.
Well, Owen Bailey is going to take this free kick in the centre circle. He was going to take it short to Story. Now Story's going to take it. Ball's pumped over the top towards Kedwin Scott. Can he win the header? He's got it across, but it's headed clear by O'Sullivan, only as far as Ollie, who brings it down, gets it to Tinkler. Tinkler puts it into the middle. Langstaff's got Wheatley on him, but he gets the ball across. And was that a handball? There was definitely appeal for it. The shout, Macaulay Langstaff still trying to get the ball. Curtis Round's going to clear this ball. Timon nods it on to Boys, but Boys could only get it towards the Gateshead player. But unfortunately, the header from Bailey found a Marske player, and it's been put down the left-hand side. The balls went out of play. Curtis Round tried to keep that in, and he couldn't get there. Gateshead trying to get the ball in the box. It would have been a harsh handball. That.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It was a slip from the captain who went down, and his arm went down and the ball hit his arm. It would have been very, very harsh as Dan Ward loses his foot and the ball's pumped over the top. Mike Williamson nods that down to Lewis Story. Calm as you like. Now Story pumps the ball up towards Langstaff, who didn't win the header but did enough to let the ball go through, and it's been cleared by Marske. Story, nice control, brings it down. Plays it long, looking for Langstaff, who's been having a battle with Wheatley all day. And it looks like that is going to continue as the ball's pumped out of play by Lewis Story just behind the home dugout.
Certainly keeping Langstaff quiet.
Wow.
More quiet than usual.
Yeah, it's home crowd has went a bit quiet here. It's a throw in on the far side to Marske. Ollie backheads it to Story. Gateshead trying to play out and get dispossessed here. Now it's hooked clear by Matty Jacob up towards Langstaff, but Wheatley, the captain there, headed forward only as far as Campbell. Campbell puts it back over the top towards Langstaff. He turns his man, but there was another defender there just to block his way and head the ball out of danger's way. But is that ball going to go out? It has. It's went off Kedwin Scott for a throw on the far side. Well, all the Gateshead fans have congregated behind Ryan Catrick's goal. As it's headed up in the air, Matty Jacobs heads it higher up than what it does go forward. Campbell calls for high feet there as the ball goes up towards Langstaff, brings it down beautifully, but he needs some support. Gets it to Ward, who puts it out to Kedwin Scott, who's going into the box, tries to chip the keeper, and that just goes over the bar. And, well...
Right idea, just a little bit too much on it.
It's a goal kick, and Catrick having to go past the Gateshead fans and over the flags. Gateshead have come out the second half with a bit more composure so far.
Yeah.
But Marske definitely have to be respected. We know they've got the height, they've got the strength to get that ball up the pitch. As Owen Bailey does enough to put Timon off. Nodded back by Mike Williamson to Chapman, an Australian who's all in pink today, on loan from Huddersfield for the season. Now he pumps the ball up towards Robbie Tinkler, who's got Curtis Round behind him, nods it inside. Campbell nods it on again. Now can't Macaulay Langstaff get in front of Sullivan? He can. He's down towards the corner flag. Can't see for the crowd in front of us. And he's still got the ball. Gives it to Tinkler. Tinkler puts it through to Ollie. That's a lovely ball. Can Ollie do something with it? He's twisting. He's at the corner flag. We can't see for the fans. And don't know if the ball's went out of play yet. I don't think it has. And ball crossed and went behind for a goal kick. Very awkward to see from where we are. It's a lot lower viewing point from where we normally watch games. Try and give you the action as we see it.
Gateshead are being a lot more brave and playing higher and wider.
Yeah, I don't know if Marske are just having a bit of a breather here and getting into the game. They're not pressing as quite as hard as what they were in the first half. As Ollie heads the ball forward, O'Sullivan gets the ball, and now it's been by Gott put over the top. Boys is chasing it down, and that was lovely defending by Lewis Story. Got in front of Boys. Give Chapman all the time in the world to come out and collect that on the edge of his area. And Chapman receives the ball back from Mike Williamson. Wants his side to get higher up, but he lays it out to Williamson. Carries the ball forward about 5 yards. Just stops, passes it back to Chapman. Some intelligent play by Gateshead here at the moment, just slowing the game down. Ball put over the top. O'Sullivan blasts that back towards Mike Williamson, who nods it out for a throw in there. You just wonder if the pace of Blackett off the bench might bring something to Gateshead's attack.
Yeah, something exciting. I feel like we need something exciting.
Well, we've got a throw in here. O'Sullivan's come across to take it. We know what he can do with these long throws. Very dangerous. And there he goes, launches it up towards the 6-yard box, headed clear, but only as far. Well, no, Langstaff gets in front of Curtis Round and out it goes for a throw in.
It almost feels like Marske are taking these opportunities to slow the game down.
Yeah. Well, this is where Gateshead really have to stay focused. These throw-ins are as good as a set piece. Well, we wait for the ball to be. There's a runner coming to trying to drag a defender out. It's been nodded over there by the captain. Hasn't been cleared. It. Captain nods it back in towards the box. Gateshead still haven't got it clear. Now a shot from distance, number 4. Well, he got it a dip. He just didn't get the power on it. Butterworth. Now Gateshead can try and bring the ball forward. Campbell plays the ball down the channel looking for Langstaff and nearly got through, but Ollie can pick up the loose ball and that was a good tackle there from Andrew May. Puts the ball over the top. Williamson can just give that to Tinkler, who was fouled. Home fans not really happy with that one. Chapman has the ball at his feet, lays it out to Lewis Story. Out to Owen Bailey. Yeah, and as we said before, it looks like we're playing with 3 at the back at times because Tinkler and Chapman are right up here on the flanks. As the ball comes up, Chapman comes in to win the header. He's beaten in the air. Now Timon tries to control the ball. Story's there. Calmly gives it to Bailey, who finds Ward. Ward tries to turn his man. He does, and he can open up. He can find Campbell here with a through ball. He can, and Sullivan was there to intercept, but only as far as Tinkler. Tinkler inside the Marske half. Gives it to Ward. Lays it out to Williamson. Back to Bailey. They're using the ball better in the second half, Gateshead, at the moment, making Marske chase the ball a little bit more. Could be a clever tactic, of course, with the part-time fitness coming into play. As the ball goes over the top towards Kedwin Scott, it's nodded out, has to be cleared by Smith. Gateshead received the ball again. Story back to Ward, but it didn't actually get there. Story has to check himself, clears the ball over his own shoulder. Now Owen Bailey can pick up the ball in the centre circle, lays it off. It's just nearly a short pass there to Tinkler, and it was, but Tinkler under pressure, and the ball goes out for a throw to Marske.
And that's a danger what Gateshead have to be wary of. It's bobbly pitch.
Yeah, it's well, that man O'Sullivan has the ball in his hands here again. It's not hard to know what he's going to do with this one as he launches it up the left channel here. Up it goes. Timon wins the header. Mike Williamson's there to scoop it up and away. Tinkler backheads it. It's only going to fall as far as a Marske player. Back up towards Timon, who gets it out to Curtis Round. Can he keep it in? He can, but there's Ward to clear it, and that's a good interception from O'Sullivan, but it's full to a yellow shirt again. Now on the far side, Connor Smith brings the ball forward. If he looks up, he's got the overlap of Gott. Brings it inside and dispossessed. Now can get a break on the counter as Matty Jacob brings the ball forward. He's only got Langstaff in front of him. Ward on the overlap. He's still carrying the ball forward, Jacob. And, well, he's got it trapped under his feet. He's had to turn around and collect it. He's done well, but he didn't get far, and he wins a throw-in for his troubles on the far side. Just seemed to run out of steam a little bit there, Jacob Chapman.
And options.
Not Matty Jacob. There's a crossfield ball here to Robbie Tinkler. He's got time to bring it down. He does. Plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell out to Ollie. Ollie, he's got the overlap here of Tinkler. It's a beautiful ball. Can Tinkler put a cross in? He tries to get round, but it falls to Campbell on the edge of the box. Back to Tinkler. Tinkler has Ollie for support. Lays it off to Ollie, and the ball just didn't sit for him there. And, well, Scott manages to clear it there, and this is where Gateshead have to be careful, as the ball's put out to Smith, back in his own half. Now Butterworth can look to pick out a pass. They're going to go long. Out it goes to Round on the left-hand side, brings it down well. He's got space to cross this ball in if he wants, and he does, and it's headed clear by Owen Bailey. Dan Ward collects the ball, goes a bit long towards Langstaff, who's been really up against it today. He's had the defenders all over his back throughout the game. Now Story can bring the ball forward. Gives it to Mike Williamson. His touch wasn't the greatest, and did he keep it in? Owen Bailey couldn't. And well, we talked about the pitch being a bit bubbly, and apologies about that. We've been off. We're back. It's 0-0 here at the moment, as now Gateshead break on the attack here as Greg Ollie brings the ball forward. Campbell has the ball on the right hand side, puts a cross into the far side. Oh, Macaulay Langstaff got up, just couldn't direct it forward. Sorry about that. How long were we off air? Please let us know. I must have pressed something when I wasn't looking, so apologies about that. We are back. Let us know if we are coming through loud and clear. It's still 0-0 here. We're into the 62nd minute, and it's starting to get more nervy as the minutes tick by. Well, waiting for Catterick to take his goal kick here. 2-3 minutes we were off. Apologies there. I must have caught the phone below me. But Tinkler receives the ball, drives forward as Curtis Round tries to get in front of him. And there we go. And that was some fantastic play by Robbie Tinkler. He drew the foul. He knew Curtis was all over his back. And there's the yellow cards. Well, they've been asking for them all game. They got one. Well,
We might see that red that's been brewing after all.
yeah. Well, Greg Ollie's going to put this down. He's right in front of us here. It's about 35 yards out, maybe a little bit more here on the right-hand side. Can he cross a decent ball into the box?
Another yellow. Probably take
Well, Greg Ollie removes some crud from his studs and he's ready to take this free kick. We know he can put a good delivery in. That one wasn't the greatest. It didn't get as much height as Boys heads the ball up in the air when as far as Robbie Tinkler, who can bring it down and lay it off to Matty Jacob. Jacob pumps the ball up. It's asking a lot of Campbell there, but Hobson's going to have to try and chase it down, and out it goes for a goal kick. I think it might have went in for a corner, actually. A throw-in, sorry. Right down next to the corner flag. As Ken Richardson said, you wouldn't catch him pressing anything on the PA by mistake. It happens to the best of us, Ken. Well, Mike Williamson didn't win the header, but it falls to Story. Story gets it to Jacob. This Boys has a bit more urgency in his play. He's trying to close down. Back with Mike Williamson. Closed down by Timon. All the way back to Chapman. And he gets a goal. With time and space to carry the ball out halfway inside his own half and give it back to Mike Williamson. Gets it just over the halfway line, does Mike here on the right hand side. Pumps it into the box. Was that a push off the ball? Kedwin Scott didn't appeal. He's back up on his feet. Tinkler lays it off to Dan Ward. Chapman's on the far side and Chapman made a run forward and the ball was played behind him. It is still 0-0 here. 65 minutes gone. FA Cup action. What drama will unfold? Kedwin Scott brings the ball down. Out on the left-hand side. Rolls it back to Dan Ward and intercepted and quickly played over the top. Boys not happy with the little tussle there. But Chapman has the ball at his feet. Story brings the ball forward. Pumps the ball over for Ollie to try and run onto, but the ball goes out to play down the left-hand touchline. Once again, a big thank you to everyone that's joined us for the commentary here this afternoon. Every listen's very appreciated. We wait Cat Rick to take here, and the referee's telling them to put the ball inside the inside the area there. He was trying to steal a yard or two.
Wonder if that would have made much difference.
Not really, but Boys chest the ball down, puts it out to Connor Smith. Looking to find a teammate, gets it inside to number 4, who is Butterworth. Now it's played out to the wing there, looking for the run of Connor Smith. He's got the ball. He's looking to try and get past Matty Jacob. He still has the ball. He's had to turn back on himself. Jacob wins the ball, but lands back to a Marske player. Now Connor Smith gets down the side, calls it in, and nearly at the feet of Boys, but Chapman was there to just scoop that up. And that was better creativity from Marske. Chapman receives the ball back from Mike Williamson. And Williamson has the ball now, carries it down the right hand side over the halfway line. He's got Tinkler just next to him, plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell drives forward with the ball. He's going to go for a speculative shot, and it was rising as soon as it left his foot into the tree. And well,
I think it was the right decision.
He had the space, just didn't get the connection that he wanted with the ball.
Won't have it bobbled before it hit his foot.
Well, we do have a Gateshead player warming up on the far side. I think it is Paul Blackett, if I'm not mistaken. Be interesting to see who is sacrificed. I think it might be Langstaff. I don't think you can really take Campbell off for what he does in the middle. But time will tell as Jacob headed the ball forward. It's headed back. Ollie brings the ball down, launches it over the top. Macaulay Langstaff was trying to pounce on that one in the hope that the defender wouldn't get there, and it's been cleared by Marske. Timon brings the ball down, lays it off. Gateshead win the ball back, and it's getting scrappy again. Sorry? Yeah. But yeah, it is getting. So it was a Marske player warming up. Was it on the far side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was looking at the haircut. Well, just went scrappy a little bit again. And Marske will not be too unhappy with that if they're disrupting Gateshead's style of play. There's Wheatley under pressure from Campbell. Does well to change his foot there and take the ball forward. Ollie nearly wins the ball, but O'Sullivan carries forward with it. Plays a ball into the centre. Boys was there, brings the ball down. And there's appeals for penalties. If anything, it was a foul on the back of Williamson from Boys. And, well, we'll have to see that on the replay, but it certainly looked like it was a foul the other way. As it's headed back up towards Boys. Oh, is that a free kick? It is. A fumble from Chapman there. He bounced the ball and then picked it back up. Well, this is a free kick in a dangerous position, and it's a needless one.
Very dangerous.
Wow.
Like to see the replay of that. I wonder if it was outside of the box.
Well, if it was outside of the box, it would have been a yellow card for handball.
Yeah.
So, but surely you're allowed to bounce the ball and pick it back up. You didn't kick it. You went to kick it. I'm not aware of the rules on that, but
You're not allowed to pick it back up.
they didn't kick it though. So he went to kick it. Well, we've got a free kick here. It looks like it is going to be Craig Gott or Dale Hobson. They're both standing there. Looks more like Gott. He's going to have a crack at this, and this is a very dangerous.
I'm confused by this situation because if he dropped the ball and then he picked it back up inside of his box, wouldn't that be a penalty?
Surely, but as a free kick's taken and it's driven into the wall, out it goes for a corner. Wasted set piece, you would have to say, but Gateshead can breathe a sigh of relief, but it's not over yet. There's a corner to come in. Well, yeah, it is confusing that one as the ball comes in and there's a free header. Oh, and Wheatley puts it over the bar. Should have really done better there, the captain. But going back to the Chapman incident, then surely it would have been a card. Strange. Well, into the 72nd minute. FA Cup action. 4th round qualifying. Williamson receives the ball from Chapman. Plays it inside to Story, who was, well, was he fouled? He was, and Boys brought down the Story. And he's none too happy is Adam Boys, former Gateshead striker. Bailey has the ball at his feet, plays it back to Lewis Story in the centre of defence. Lays it out to the right-hand side here as Williamson brings the ball forward. Still going with the ball, Williamson. As now Tinkler cuts inside of the ball, puts it in towards Kedwin Scott. The captain Wheatley heads it out. Only as far as Dan Ward, who managed to get it to Jacob. Plays it all the way back to Chapman. Gateshead looking to build again from the back. Story pumps it up towards Jacob. Come off Smith to great defending there by the captain Wheatley. But it's played off a Gateshead playing out for a throw on the far side. Well, this really is a tense game. Well, Ken Richardson, who's a part of the goalkeepers union, said second handling in the box is an indirect free kick. So we'll bow to his knowledge.
But it wasn't on the inside of the box.
Well, ball cleared out to throw into Marske. And you just fear every time they get another opportunity to put the ball in the box. They're having a lot of practice at it.
How many is it going to take? I'm going to have to try stop eliminating the throw-ins in these areas.
Well, we await the throw. He's taking his time as Sullivan. Don't know if he's drying the ball off. Can't quite see from our angle as the ball comes into the box now. Wheatley beaten in the air by Mike Williamson, headed clear by Macaulay Langstaff. Gateshead nearly got to go on the break. It's another throw as the ball pings off a Gateshead shirt out for a throw in here. And in comes the throw, this time not as long and as direct as they've been in the past, but Macaulay Langstaff's header didn't exactly get the ball clear. It's headed into the box. Timmins tries to head it on. Now it's nodded back by Story to Chapman. And Gateshead soaking up a bit of pressure here, but they really do need to get the ball higher up the pitch.
Back to head tennis.
Well, Tinkler receives the ball on the right-hand side. He wants movement from the midfield in front of him. Takes it inside himself a little bit, lays it off to Owen Bailey. Bailey now looks to play it out to Story. Chapman doesn't get past his man, but Campbell's there to put under pressure, but it goes out for a throw on the far side. Timon wins the header to Boys. Boys just puts it across without looking, and it's nodded back to Chapman. And now Mike Williamson can give the ball to Ollie. Can the captain unlock the defence as he pings the ball over the top? Finds Tinkler. His first touch was good, but couldn't pick out Langstaff. Ollie nods the ball forward. Curtis Round heads it towards Dan Ward, who brings it down, drives with the ball, gets it to Campbell. Campbell puts it out to Jacob. Jacob tries to put the ball down the channel for the run of Dan Ward. Can he get past his man? Good defending from the Marske midfielder got. And, well, Smith went down
very gently.
very gently. Minimalist of touches, and down he went. So, free kick to Marske. Rick places the ball down, ready for this free kick, just outside his box. 77 minutes gone by here in this FA Cup qualifying game. Well, Boys gets the ball on the ground, tries to pick out a player and he couldn't, and Kedwin Scott drops deep to pick this up, lays it off to Ollie. Can get forward in numbers here. Ollie drives forward with the ball. He's got O'Sullivan there with him. Lays it off to Tinkler. Ball's played across to Story, back to Williamson. Owen Bailey sprints across this side of the pitch. Gets the ball from Williamson, plays the ball into the centre there. Kedwin Scott. Was he pushed there? Referee says yes, it's a free kick in a very dangerous position. We know what Greg Ollie and Robbie Tinkler can do from this area. About 10-15 yards out. Right hand side of the D. Gateshead need to make this set piece count. Kedwin Scott. His boot must have been caught there. So he puts his boot back on. And Greg Ollie is going to be the man to place the ball down.
No doubt about that.
Well, it's in the area where he likes it. Question is, does he go for glory? Or does he pick out a teammate?
He's got to go from here.
You couldn't ask for a better position as the referee counts out.
He's absolutely going for it.
And all that, yeah.
He's psychologically setting himself up.
Well, here we go. Greg Ollie takes a few steps back. He's looking only at the goal.
Oh, he's looking across now.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to trick her. There's Greg Ollie. He's going to cross this one in. Goes towards Mike Williamson. Nicked off his head just there, but it hasn't been cleared yet by Marske. Matty Jacob tried to get a second bite of the cherry to get it across, and now Dan Ward can put it into the box. Mike Williamson there, beaten to it by the captain, and the home fans applauding, getting the ball away. And that tells you how worried they were on that set piece. As now Chapman can ping the ball up. Curtis Round has a free header, puts it into the centre, not very well placed as Williamson picks it up, gives it to Dan Ward now. Dan Ward looks across, he's got Jacob in space. The ball through for Kedwin Scott, too much on it, and out it goes. And, well, looks like Marske are going to make a substitution here. Timon is going to come off for number 12, Mackenzie Diccio. Or Diccio, as it's pronounced. We'll get it right, second time. Well, fresh pair of legs on up front for Marske. He's another big lad. .80 minutes gone here, 0-0 to Gateshead. There to make a change. Oh, we'll wait for Catrick to take this goal kick. We do. Up it goes. Owen Bailey wins the header. Hobson heads it back towards Gateshead defence, and Campbell now puts it up towards Macaulay Langstaff. Chests it ball down, lovely. Needs some support. Tried to pick out Kedwin Scott, but O'Sullivan intercepts the ball, gets it out to Curtis Round. Curtis Round tries to play the ball into a channel there for the run of Boys, and did Boys foul the Gateshead player? He did, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. Just on the edge of the box. Well, there's not much movement from the Gateshead bench.
There's not much movement happening on the pitch, if I'm honest.
Not at the moment. Well, that's definitely a shirt pull if I've seen one, but the referee says play on. As Mackenzie Diccio tries to play the ball through for Boys, who brings the ball down. Oh, and, well, Chapman does enough to put him off to the side there. It hasn't been cleared yet by Gateshead. Mackenzie Diccio has the ball on the far side of the box, and this is very dangerous stuff for Gateshead, and fantastic defending from Lewis Story, but that was a let-off.
Definitely.
Surprised Boys didn't go down on the oncoming Chapman there.
Yeah.
And I was
He
expecting
could have took that opportunity to look for a penalty there.
He didn't. But I don't know if Mike Williamson took a knock there. He was just bending over, getting some...
I think it was the way he went in to block that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, now Lewis Story receives the ball inside his own box. Plays it across the defence to the keeper. Chapman just happy to roll the ball out to Story, who just turns on the ball there, lays it off to Owen Bailey. Now with Story. Gets the ball forward. He's going to keep that in. Owen Bailey, he can. He's driving down the left-hand side, cuts inside with the ball himself. He's still going. Gets it to Kedwin Scott, back to Owen Bailey, and just the amount of ground he covered up there. His legs just went to jelly, but it's fell back to a Gateshead shirt in Dan Ward. Lays it off to Williamson, just on the other side of the centre circle, brings it forward. Pumps the ball into the box, looking for the run of Ollie. Ollie brings it down, lovely. Didn't manage to find Langstaff. And Marske, lovely cover and play from Ollie. Gets the ball back, and that is a throw to Gateshead, just down near the corner flag. Well, with 83 minutes gone. Oh, that's a poor ball pass there, and Gott picks up the loose ball, pumps the ball over the top, looking for the run of Boys. As he got past Bailey, he's had to take it out to the far side. Bailey's there with him, crosses the grass cutter in there, never going to trouble the goalkeeper, picks it up with his feet and quickly rolls it out. Can Gateshead go up the other end with some venom with the ball, try and get it into the box? Gateshead very happy just to pass the ball around, use the space. You've got to give credit to Marske. They've closed down a lot of doors that Gateshead's tried to open, as O'Sullivan gets it across to Boys, who gets it to number 4. His name escapes me a second there, and Boys just tried to get the ball that went through all the way through to Chapman.
Yeah, they're staying well organised in their defensive shape, and they're breaking as soon as they win the ball back.
Yeah. There's been some good displays right across the park for Marske. I've been very impressed with Curtis Round, the left back. He's been up and down this left flank continuously throughout the 90 minutes.
It's almost as though they're just dropping off, letting Gateshead have the ball.
Well, Gateshead with the ball just inside the run half of Owen Bailey, and carries it forward through the centre, puts it out to Dan Ward. Dan Ward looks to play it to Jacob. Jacob gives it back to Dan Ward. Can he get down to the dead ball lane, cross the ball in? He can. There wasn't a Gateshead player there. It's been hooked up into the air. Keeper comes out for it. He didn't get to it. Second chance. Well, I thought that was just bad goalkeeping me, but judged to have been a foul. Just didn't get off the ground, did he?
No. And if there was a foul, I think he asked for that happening to him anyway.
Yeah. Indecisive goalkeeping.
Came out very erratic.
So, goal kick is taken. Bounces over. Macaulay Langstaff, can he get past the captain? He's had to control it. The captain lunges in. Gets it to Campbell. Campbell plays the ball over the top looking for Kedwin Scott, but May was there to intercept. Now Gateshead can try and add a bit more pressure here as they pass the ball back to Williamson. Ward passes it to Owen Bailey. It's better from Gateshead. I think there's some tired Marske legs out there at the moment. Campbell tries to play it inside to Kedwin, who does get there after a little deflection. Kedwin gets it back to Campbell. Campbell puts a cross in there, looking for Robbie Tinkler at the back post, but Catrick gets that out and quickly rolls it out to Curtis Round, who tries to get down the left wing, plays the ball forward. There's no one there. It's a speculative ball to be chased onto, but Mike Williamson managed to get it to Tinkler. Tinkler under pressure, and that's a free kick to Marske, and this is not where we want one on 86 minutes. Now, about to enter the 87th minute now. Well, that man, Sullivan, is taking his time here to get the ball. Well, we know what he can do with these throws. I thought it was a foul from where we are, but we cannot see just down the touchline, but we know where this ball's going to go.
Gateshead zonal marking.
Captain Wheatley's looking to come running in for this one. You can see him on the edge of the box. Ball comes in. It's a low one. It's not very well. It's not the best throw we've seen from him all game. It's been cleared only as far as Connor Smith, who puts it back up towards the Gateshead box, and it's going to bounce through, but Chapman just read the bounce of the ball.
Luckily read it after that slip.
Yeah. Heart in the mouth here. We've got 2 minutes remaining. Oh, yep. We've got 3 minutes of normal time remaining here. As now Greg Ollie, the captain, brings the ball forward, lays it off to Macaulay Langstaff, he's under pressure from two players, gets past them, gets past another one, but ran into another shirt there. And now Marske can try and clear the ball up to Boys, who holds it up. He's still inside his own half, and he's having to pass it all the way out to Connor Smith, who keeps it in on the far side. Cuts inside, leaves Chapman to carry on tracking back as the ball's played down the channel there. Lewis Story can control that and now try and pick out a black and white shirt as he gets it to Ollie. Ollie out to Jacob Chapman. Plays a ball into the box. Here comes... Oh, I thought it was just going to bounce to Langstaff there, but O'Sullivan does well and nods it back to his keeper Catrick, who in turn blasts it up the pitch towards Boys. And that looked like some tired legs there as he tried to hold it up. But Gateshead just pass it around him and try and bring the ball forward again. Langstaff gets it out to Kedwin Scott, but unfortunately, touch was just a little bit too heavy here. And we're in the 89th minute, and we're going to see Paul Blackett come on for Kedwin Scott.
Good decision. I think we need a little bit of energy in these final minutes.
Well, I can only imagine there'll be 2 or 3 minutes of added on time here. There hasn't been many stoppages. We've only had 2 substitutes. As O'Sullivan has the ball in his hands. Oh, Paul Blackett is now on the pitch, and Sullivan passes it back to keeper Catrick. Pumps the ball up towards the big men. Lewis Story wins the header there. Macaulay Langstaff back on defensive duty, tracking back Connor Smith. Smith gives it back to Butterworth. Butterworth is going to ping this one into the box, looking for Boys. It's going to bounce over. Tinkler has time to chest it, control it, and clear the ball. Deflected off the player there, and I think it's a throw in to Gateshead. Goal kick. The PA announcing Paul Blackett is now on the pitch. And surmise we're into the 89th or 90th minute now. It looks like there's going to be 2 minutes of added on time, say on the far side. The board. Marske win the ball back, and under pressure there, Macaulay Langstaff making life difficult. There's balls cleared by Story only as far as the substitute. The Titio now Butterworth puts it over the top for the run of Boys, who brings the ball down. His control was good, but there was Mike Williamson with a command and tackle to get there, and ball not still out of danger's way as Curtis Round was dispossessed by the cover and Adam Campbell. And Gateshead getting back in numbers to break up the players. Now Greg Ollie brings the ball forward. Is there a twist and turn in this game so far? Yeah. You want yours turned up? No, we're on. So, lost audio. Are we back? Lost your mic, silent screen. There's nothing I can really do about this at the minute. And presuming we're on, hopefully people can hear us. Can you let us know if we are back? Well, we hope we haven't lost audio. Hopefully we are back. As Jacob Chapman loses possession. Butterworth is going to ping this one up for Boys to chase on to, but there is Story to get in there and a foul on. Well, are we? Can you hear us? Please let us know. Don't know what on earth could have. There we go. Are we back? Are we back? Sound is on. We're here. We're into the dying moments here. Added on time. 2 minutes of added on time added here. We're into that now as Boys plays a cross-field ball only to be intercepted by Ward. Chapman now has the ball inside the Marske half. Plays it back to Owen Bailey, who's been industrious today. Carries the ball forward himself. Plays it out to Macaulay Langstaff. The ball was intercepted. And now the substitute Titio is having to play it back to May. May plays it to Butterworth. Now it's been pinged right across to Curtis Round. There can't be much long left here as here comes the attack. It's towards Boys. Boys managed to bring it down. Shot off Bart. Oh, fantastic save! What a save by Chapman as got the shot off on the edge of the box. And Gateshead, well, what a save.
High heart rate moment.
Wow. Well, this surely has to be the last action of the game here. This corner to be whipped in. by Marske. Hobson goes over to take it. It's been a classic FA Cup tie. It's been gritty. But how will it end? Ball comes into the box, headed clear by Mike Williamson, put back into the danger zone. Keeper plucks it out the air, and surely that is all it is. It is a 0-0 draw. We will fight it out again on Tuesday evening at Gateshead International Stadium for the replay. Both teams go into the hat for the draw tomorrow. And will it be a different game at Gateshead International Stadium? I think it just might be.
I believe so.
I think the pitch was a bit of a leveler here today. The tactics employed on the pitch by Marske were executed fantastically. Let's not take anything away from Marske.
Full credit to Marske. They've battled. They've stayed organised when they've needed to.
They disturbed Gateshead's play.
Absolutely. And as well, they used the pitch to their advantage. They made it as small as possible. Gateshead tried to use their width.
Yeah, it's well, as I said, you've got to put the two men today that have kept this game into a replay as the two goalkeepers. We've seen some fantastic saves from Catrick and Chapman, and well, as I say, we go again, but with the added incentive of we know who we'll have in the first round for either side.
Yeah, and I mean a good preparation, I think.
Definitely.
For going into the game at Gateshead Stadium.
Well,
we know what they're about now.
Definitely, and I think, as you said, we noticed early on in the game, it's a bit of a bubbly pitch. You know, that's no fault of Marske's. That's the level. That's what they, you know, the facilities they have, what they can afford to do with the upkeep. It's not a criticism of Marske at all. But on a bigger pitch at Gateshead Stadium, I think Gateshead might get into their passing game.
Marske have also showed that they can produce quality at times, so it'll be interesting to see if they can play on a nice pitch. But the size of it, could they hold their fitness levels for the whole 90 against a good Gateshead side? Yeah,
well, a massive thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Apologies for the little dips in sound. It's just the way we had to broadcast today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As I say, you're going to get to relive it again on Tuesday night. It should be an absolutely fantastic encounter again. The return of Adam Boyes at Gateshead International Stadium. Charlotte, thank you very much for joining us today. We've been through it, haven't we?
It's been a pleasure. It's been a very interesting, exciting game.
It certainly has. Well,
thanks for having me.
Well, we will see you on Tuesday night. And, well, it's going to be another emotional encounter.
I'm going to be devastated to miss this on Tuesday. Yeah. I'll be at training.
Yeah, well, ball 50 tomorrow in the FA Cup draw. Marske and Gateshead, they'll find out who they will get, whoever wins the replay. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time. And remember, like and subscribe.